Nice aim, dumbass.
Welcome to a video on how to get good at the Rock P, perhaps the most contradicting P shooter variant in the game. Players who can master what is essentially just the stock variant, except covered in rock hard shit, will know what it's like to never be able to reach your teammates in time. All because PopCap decided to make an armored variant on one of the most mobile based classes in the game. Let's get started. The Rock P is a variant of the P shooter class who literally looks like something made out of an arts and crafts lesson back in 4th fucking grade. However, because he is made out of this hardened material, the Rock P boasts a total of 150 health, which makes him noticeably more bulkier than other P shooters, and puts him above certain damage thresholds. A few examples of these will be shown on screen right now. However, this added bulk comes at a cost, and quite the heavy one for a class that's designed around being an annoying fuckwit and pissing off the community. Rock P's overall movement speed is 10% slower than your standard P shooter, which whilst not initially much, does become noticeable when hyper is engaged, so be sure to always take into account how longer journeys may take slightly longer than normal, because you weigh more than the average McDonald's junkie. The Rock P's primary weapon is of a rock launcher that becomes a lot more erotic when you replace the R in rock with a C. The weapon fires at 90 rounds per minute and has 8 rounds per clip before needing to take a swift 1.5 second reload. Each shot fired can deal 32 damage for a direct hit and up to 12 for the splash in a rather generous radius. The weapon does have a noticeable amount of drop off, with it going down to 22 damage for a direct hit of mid to long range. Now some of you that are observant may notice that whenever you hit someone, 2 damage numbers show up. This is purely a visual glitch, since Rock P's damage values are not properly added up when scoring direct hits, so no need to worry about it affecting your damage output. What you will need to worry about, however, is when attacking enemies whilst on the move, for Rock P's primary weapon has movement inheritance applied to it. In other words, its trajectory will be affected depending on how you are moving. For example, if I was to move to the left and shoot, the projectile would deviate to the left. Same goes for when moving to the right, and even when the player is jumping or falling. Hyper exaggerates these problems even further, especially when jumping, so be sure to take this into account when firing at enemies. As a side note, because of Rock P's added bulk, he synergizes well with the P Gatling abilities, since the armor in combination with his higher health pool means that Rock P can be a formidable foe to take down when using Gatling. So if you're wanting to become the bulkiest motherfucker known to man and surprise the shit out of enemies at how much damage you can take, then make sure to use P Gatling whenever you can to maximize this shitlord's tankiness. Also, as a side note, before any smartass with glasses and a nose the size of Pinocchio's dick after lying about his sex life dares to place a comment in the comments section, allow me to answer the fuck off huge elephant of a question in the room. No, you cannot survive a direct hit ZPG when sat in Gatling, not even with the health upgrade. This is a common misconception, as the backyard and private play have a damage resistance for all players that kicks in when at low health, whilst multiplayer does not have this resistance at all. Hopefully this clears up some confusion, as well as actually puts some sense into people. The optimal upgrade setup for the Rock P would be the damage, ammo, and health upgrades, with the ammo and damage upgrades being especially important, as due to his overall damage output being noticeably lower from how much he sacrifices, boosting it back up can allow him to have more reliable firepower. And the health upgrade, since it not only increases his overall bulkiness, but also puts him above the threshold of certain abilities that would normally kill him otherwise. In terms of strengths, Rock P's extra health allows him to sponge a few more hits in comparison to other P shooters, and when paired with the armor provided by P Gatling, can be a surprisingly durable variant that can tank a ton of damage. However, Rock P's damage output is noticeably lower in comparison to most other variants, and his projectiles inherit his movement, which can lead to aiming at times being rather wonky. Additionally, his slower movement speed, whilst subtle, can make either escaping or chasing enemies noticeably more difficult. Thanks to this guide, you will now be the tankiest motherfucker known to man and survive 99% of the shit that enemies throw at you. Be sure to come back for the next episode next week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.